So last time we discussed about the integration testing, right? So today, two important concepts today I'm going to teach, right? I'm going to discuss about, first of all, the system testing, which is important. See, there are multiple system testings, which are functional, non-functional, and other ones. We are going to discuss about them. Second important point is from a job perspective, where how to basically send the cold emails, which are super important for you. Let me tell you why. The reason is the cold emails can get you a dream job. Okay. And I'm going to show you the examples also how I have done it. Two important concepts. First one is learning, and second one is practical knowledge about how to basically land your dream job by using cold email. Last time we discussed about the unit test levels of testing we were discussing about, right? So we are going level by level. So unit testing we have covered. When a unit testing are very small unit whenever we are testing. Then we had a second one, which is incremental. When you combine two integrations. Yes, combine two units, right? So we have discussed about top to bottom approach, right? And the bottom up approach. Two approaches we have discussed. And the third one is basically a big bang. Big bang basically means you will just join all the modules in a single bit, right? But the third level of testing, which is where most of us will be testing, is the system testing. System testing, if you know, right, it's basically consists of all over the functionality with respect to the client's requirement. That is the super important point. See, let me bold this and let me make it something like red or saying. See, here, what we are doing is, see, if you are joining a company, right, most of the time you will be doing the system testing. This is, I'm pretty sure about it. Why? The reason is because this test type of testing involves around all type of different testings which are functional and non-functional. So in integration testing, in unit testing, so unit testing, if you know, it is mostly done by developers. Integration testing also mostly done by the developers because there is an integration going on with the components. But after this, QAs are introduced. Now in the system testing, QAs are introduced, right? Integration versus system testing. Yes, let me discuss. This level is clear, which is we have unit testing, integration, system, then acceptance. Four levels are present. Yes or no? Right? So after integration testing, where developers have basically combined all the modules. Okay, let's take an example. I think e-commerce website we have taken, right? So in our e-commerce website, which was a dummy, you can say Amazon.com. First of all, unit was login page, registration page, add to cart page, so product listing page, payment processing page, right? These are the smaller module that we have tested individually in the unit, right? After that, developer basically combined them by using any approach. For example, top down approach, for example, right? They combined one by one incrementally. They combined one by one modules. Now they think that, okay, now my application is ready and let's give it to the QA for the system testing. So system testing is actually a next step after the integration, right? So when integration testing is done, right, so developer is now sure that, okay, I have created a build and this build can be tested by the tester now, right? So tester will do the important testing where it will basically check for all the requirements from the client. So that's what we are testing. So now QAs will be introduced. So we are now introduced here, right? How we are introduced and what type of testing we will do. So we will basically focus on this points. Please make sure these points you pay attention, which is functional testing. So functional testing will be where we will check the all kind of functions, right? For example, we will check the behavior of the application, how this e-commerce website will look like, right? Then we will do the non-functional testing, which are, I will explain you what exactly is a functional and what exactly is a non-functional. But just see here, we will also do the that is called as UI testing, where we will check the color of the button, we'll check the if this is visible or not, this text is fine or not, spelling mistake is not, right? These are these are things basically comes under the user interface testing, right? Then you have a usability testing, where you will check how your UI and UX looks like, right? Is it visible? The font is not too small, and other things, right? So basically, overall, in system testing, VQAs are introduced, and that's what we have to know, right? So let's go by. So difference is clear. After integration, system will test. In integration testing, we are only doing the basically functional behavior, but in system testing, we are doing functional and non-functional. Both of the functionality we will check, plus UI and usability. How usable is your application? How your UIs are looking fine, right? Let's go by one definition. Don't worry on this. And there is a proper difference also. Amardeep, I will discuss. Again, it's a black box testing technique, right? Why? Because now QAs are introduced and QA have no idea about how these modules are made. We don't know about code and all, right? That's why now it's a black box testing techniques, because we only know if there is a user, then this e-commerce website, on this user he can place something. That's the expected behavior, right? That's what we want to do. This is conducted by the testing team after completion of the integration, right? Component level, integration level, then we'll start the system testing, right? Before conducting this, the we should know the customer requirement. This is very important. That's what I'm telling you here. Pay attention to this keyword, which is, if you are a QA, you should know what are the different customer requirements, or you are clear with the requirements. Make sure you are clear with the requirements, else you will miss the important bugs, and there will be a bug slippage. Bug slippage basically means, see, for example, Pramod, as a Pramod, I was not aware about a bug, right? A particular requirement that the color of a add to cart button should be green instead of red. Suppose I was not aware of it, right? Then this build basically goes, it goes accepted, and that is now in production. So in production, some user reported, why this color is red, it should be green, right? So that is not, because that is already written in my requirement. I missed it, right? So bug slippage happened in this case, right? So now let's discuss about the system testing. So in the system where when you are doing it, right, so there are a couple of steps which are important. Means, since QAs are introduced now, QA basically means we are introduced in this, right? We have to know two important things. So there should be a build, right? See, we cannot test a developer's local build, right? What do you think? We cannot test a local build, because that local build will be only working on the developers. Yes, it will be a working copy in the developer's laptop. They need to host something. They need to add it to some staging environment. Yes, a staging environment or a QA environment. Yes or no? Agree on this? So basically what I'm saying is, suppose they have a build here. For example, this is working in their machine, right? You cannot, so for example, this is you cannot test them onto their machine, right? What you have to do, so as a QA, you will tell him, okay, please host this onto the staging environment. So this is my staging environment. Please host it here. That's what you will do, right? So that's what they will do. So they will do a couple of steps, which is, there in the system testing, there will be an environment setup. And who is going to do the environment setup? Most of the time, it will be done by the developers. Developers generally will do it, or DevOps. Sometimes DevOps are also introduced, which are another role in your engineering team, which can help you to set up your environments. Now, here in the system testing also, you will basically do your STLC process, which is your software testing lifecycle. You will generate your test cases, you will generate your test data. We'll see what are these things, but these are testing related things that you will do. You will execute it, you will basically report it, regression, retest, and log, right? So if you see overall, now you guys are getting the overall picture, right? Where we are in the all level of testing, we as a QA are introduced in which type of testing? System, right? I hope now it's clear. So everyone should be clear now, right? So we are introduced into the system testing, because we have to do functional testing as well as the non-functional testing, as well as UI testing, as well as the usability testing from our end. So, and there is another one. There is another one more level. After we are done, do you think when QA is done, do you think there is another level required so that we can test from end users? What do you think? How many of you think yes or no? After QA is done, the build, for example, there should be some end users who should be there, who will test the requirement. What do you think? Yes or no? Yes. That is called as UAT, which is user, or generally we call this acceptance testing. And when a user do it, it is called as user acceptance testing, where in the UAT, generally when we call it, these are very similar to end users. They are very similar to end user who will check the proper requirements. Okay, suppose this is a e-commerce website, it is working fine or not, it is working as expected, I am able to order from this website or not, I am able to return a item from this website or not. All these functionality majorly they will not test thoroughly. We are the person. Got it? How many of you got it? Thoroughly functional and non-functional, who's testing it? QAs will be the one who will be testing, who will be doing thoroughly. But the UAT people will be just checking out the important requirements. Important requirement basically means which are they think are usable, and they will accept that okay, this site is working fine for me because I am able to order something. It means it is working fine, right? So they also have a cycle UAT that we will discuss. But today, let's discuss about the system testing and cover it and finish it up. Okay, so these are the steps generally they will do in this case, right? So before UAT, final regression testing is also done, right? Regression testing is a part of system, right? Yes. So regression testing will be a part of it. See, set up the test environment, test cases, execution, right? Defect reporting, regression, retest, and log defect. Got it? So before UAT, you are doing regression testing, but that's a part of your system testing. Okay, clear?